What's happening, YouTube? Today we're doing a quick little overview, walk around and tour of my new car that I picked up. This is the 2018 Audi A5 Coupe. This is the Premium Plus package. The exterior color is an ibis white. I went ahead and did a little bit of customization. I got the rims powder coated with the brake calipers painted red. Also coming around front, this front splitter itself, I got this portion vinyl wrapped, as well as a little bit of these chrome accents around here. Making the way to the front of the grille. Also had this portion blacked out as well. Coming along to the side badges, the S-Line logo, that stayed the same. I blacked out this, what used to be a chrome accent as well, along with the side mirrors and the chrome accent trim pieces, if you want to call it that, around the window itself. Making our way up top to the car. So this front portion itself already came factory black, if you want to call it. It's basically like the moon or sunroof. This portion itself, I did get vinyl wrapped along with that antenna piece itself. And then finally making our way to the back to kind of touch up the last finishing touches. I went ahead and debadged the A5 and the 2.0 turbo logos on either sides and blacked out that Audi emblem itself. Again, tried doing it to my own little liking. The inspiration behind this was kind of going off of the whole Star Wars Stormtrooper look. Design, I guess, if you want to call it that. Alright, so going and jumping inside the car. So the first thing we notice up here is for the S-Line, I guess the sport package, if you will. This side trim down here, that whole piece illuminates at night. Nice little glowing white effect. Pretty nice display. Alright. Let's go and get this thing started. Alright, so let's start from the beginning here. Alright. So first, start off with the steering wheel itself. Overall, I actually think it's a really nice design. It's not too big, it feels a little compact and has a little sporty feel to it. So some of the controls over to the left of the steering wheel. So these two arrows itself, they control certain tabs on the virtual cockpit. With this, it's kind of a scrolling wheel. You can zoom in a little bit, you can kind of see, you can basically scroll through some of the settings. These buttons off to the side are, I guess you want to call it tabs or secondary, I guess, menus within these tabs itself. View, you can change the display of it, so again, alternating between a larger, I guess, tachometer and speedometer compared to a smaller one. And this button itself is obviously to go back. Buttons off to the right. Obviously this one is picking up phone calls. This is voice or text to speech. This is to mute navigation system, and the star button, it's basically a customizable item that you can kind of preset to. So for instance, for this one, you can kind of control to automatically mute items or I don't know, like switch to a certain radio station. I personally have it to change driving modes. So if I click that, you can see it just starts cycling through those. And finally, these buttons over here, again, this scroll wheel is to either turn up or down the volume. These two buttons off to the side, obviously skip tracks, or clicking the scroll wheel itself will mute the sound. So going off of this first tab, you kind of got a glimpse of this. It kind of just, again, reiterates or displays your mileage, miles per gallon. Really, it's kind of like just the gist of it. Going off to the right of that, again, using the right arrow over here, you can kind of explore the radio stations if you have any preset radio stations. So you can kind of see those two tabs off to the side. Those correlate to these buttons over here as well. So for instance, we're going to go ahead and click that left one. So you can see that opens up the radio options where it's preset, Sirius XM, FM and AM radio. And then off to the right, again, just some other options within the radio preset itself. So I'm going to go and zoom down while I skip over the phone tab. That basically just shows all your content or your contacts. So here we go. Here's the next tab itself, the Google Earth or Google Maps display. It's a really, really nice little display screen itself. Very crisp and sharp. Again, that's really kind of the coolest features, I think, for these Audis right now. And again, kind of exploring the options to the left, maps and destinations, and then to the right is, again, more kind of options for the map. So that kind of wraps up the, I guess you want to call it the heads-up cluster, or the driver cluster itself. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the center dash and the center console. Again, same kind of thing with that screen itself. Again, basically just mimics what we have in the front driver's seat. So you can kind of see these buttons off the side where we have navigation, map, telephone, radio, and media. It'd be as simple as literally, whoops, unmuted that by accident. It'd be as simple as literally clicking up for radio, clicking down for media, and vice versa, or I guess the same with these two options as well. So for all these 8 buttons over here, these are preset items you can do for radio stations, where again, if you want to save certain radio stations, you can literally program them on there. So going off this right now, you can kind of see, I'm not necessarily clicking them, more of just gliding my finger over it. You can see it's showing different radio station presets that I've already determined on there. Going a little bit further down the center console, I guess center gauges, this button or scroll wheel, this also can change certain items. So for instance, go ahead and click menu. We can cycle through, let's say, vehicle information, sound, radio, media, telephone, navigation, map, Audi Connect, smartphone interface, and then settings. Again, so for these kind of items, say if I want to do map, go ahead and just select that thing down, and it'll pull up that bad boy. And again, same kind of items going back to the steering wheel control, where this controls the left, I guess, sub-tab menu, and the right controls that tab options. Making our way a little farther down, the gear select knob itself is a very small, decent sized little one. The park button itself, I'm not sure if you can hear that, but you literally would just press that park button. If you want to go into reverse, press that side button, release, push up, there's your reverse. You can see the backup camera with the sensors all around it. If you want to go into neutral, again, just very gentle or light, push in the center, or illuminates that neutral logo, and then again, very distinct all the way back to the drive. So kind of a cool option in here as well for the option, or if you want to go into sport mode, you literally just kind of push that over, and then you can see obviously the plus and minus signs to obviously shift up or shift down accordingly. If you do want to park, again, simple as just pressing park. And then to engage the emergency parking brake, you pull up, engages it, pushes down, disengages it. The small tab off to the right of that, so you have, again, you can either click off to the right, click off to the left to kind of cycle through tracks, press down to mute it. This little storage compartment right here is for your Audi key. And then underneath the armrest over here, you'll see there are 2 USB ports for plugging in, again, either Android or iPhone, as well as that auxiliary cable port itself. And making our way to the glove compartment. So zoom in a little bit for you guys. So if you can see there is that CD card, or I'm sorry, a CD player slot, along with 2 SD cards and a SIM card reader itself. Not too much space, but again, just little items to store your little knickknacks. Going up here, some of the controls we have. Not sure if you can see it, but this item, like really the biggest items you'll use up here are just for the shade. It either brings forth or back that little sunshade. And then this one right here is for the sunroof. Yeah, that's, oh, sorry. Also, put the stuff back really quick. Also forgot to mention, again, nothing too crazy, but just your basic kind of features in the car right now. You have your heated and ventilated seats, obviously your knobs to control temperature, and a very nice tactile, I guess, noise and feel to it. These buttons themselves, if you can kind of see it, again, kind of going back to the preset numbers for the radio stations, not necessarily clicking any buttons, more of just gliding your finger over it. It's kind of cool that it senses it and kind of highlights the certain options that you want. Buttons here, again, basic control for in-car circulation, overall systems off, and then your warm and cool seats for the passenger side as well. So yeah, overall, it's a really, really nice interior. That's honestly one of the biggest reasons that got me over to the Audi bandwagon. Let's see, what else do I have in here? I guess I can talk about a couple of the options I got as well. So typically I think the base kind of accent or color for this piece running all the way across the car, as well as this portion as well, it's kind of like that flat aluminum color. It's almost, I want to say it's almost about the same color as these little chrome accents that I got in that dark oak gray color. I personally like that a little more. Don't like it flashing or standing out too much. I also got the Bang & Olufsen 3D sound upgraded sound system. Well worth it in my opinion. It's a very nice sound system. And the last but not least, just got the ventilated front seats. Especially being in Southern California, temperatures can get pretty hot. I think it's something it's a must. But yeah, hopefully I'll put another video out pretty soon of just some behind the wheel driving with this thing, so you guys can kind of see and check it out. Just let me know what you guys think of the car. You like it, not like it? Leave a comment down below, subscribe, and do other good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.